Hare Krishna. So, we are talking from Bhagavad Gita as it is. Our main goal is in this section that Krishna is proving that soul is eternal, soul is stable. So Krishna is giving good news after good news. By saying soul is eternal, he is saying you are not able to, you will never die. And when he says that you are stable, you understand that whoever make you unstable in your life, you are eternally stable. You have capacity to become a stable. And why to disturb by this mind, by this ego, by these false things in this world? So always remember this one thing. Okay? So that's what our discussion is. And today we are going to only see only one verse, which is very important because till now Krishna was speaking exactly from scripture. Krishna's words are scripture, but Krishna is turning with one argument today, saying Arjuna, hey Arjuna, if soul exists eternally or soul die. First time Krishna is giving argument to Arjuna. Why he is giving? Acharya will describe us. Our teachers will tell us, those commentaries. So we'll go and read this verse first of all. 2.26. Athachena Nityajatam Nityavamanyase mrutam Tathapi Tvam Mahabhavo Nainam Shochitumarhati. Anyone please read the translation?
If, however, you think that the soul or the symptoms of life will always be born and die forever, you still have no reason to lament, O mighty arm. There is always a class of philosophers almost akin to the Buddhists who do not believe in the separate existence of the soul beyond the body. When Lord Krishna spoke the Bhagavad Gita, it appears such as philosophers existed and they were known as Lokyatikas and Vaibhasikas. Such philosophers maintain that life symptoms takes place at a certain mature condition of material combination. The modern material scientists and materialist philosophers also think similarly. According to them, the body is a combination of physical elements and at a certain stage, the life symptoms develop by interaction of the physical and chemical element. The science of anthropology is based on the philosophy. Currently, many pseudo-religious, now becoming fashionable in America, are also adhering to this philosophy, as are the nihilistic, non-devotional Buddhist sects.
Yes. So here, as per Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's Mahashay's commentary, Krishna is saying, hey Arjuna, what I have explained to you so far has been based upon the scripture. But now I am explaining from the perspective of ordinary experience so that Arjuna can understand. Please listen very attentively. This is very much important for all of us. Bhagavad Gita's one and one shloka can enlighten us. We don't know which is that shloka for you and which is for me. But if you are attentive, each and every words of Bhagavad Gita will enlighten us. He's saying, if you consider that birth of body is eternal, or when body perishes, soul dies, still it is your duty to fight. First time Krishna is saying here, assume that this soul also die, body also die. Assume, So Madhvacharya is nicely giving this commentary. He said, this is called as a tarka. It is a hypothetical argument Krishna is giving. So this verse does not assert soul is mortal. It is not showing soul will die. But instead, Krishna is temporarily accepting the false view only to logically dismantle Arjuna's greed. And this is called dialectic strategy. It is not metaphysical concession. Krishna is not giving any concession on his philosophy wherein 2.20 he says soul is eternal. So Krishna is using the statement here, even if, that means even if you assume repeated birth of and death of the soul, this is Arjuna's possible belief. It is not Krishna's teaching actually. Krishna never contradicts his earlier teaching of 220 that the soul is unborn and eternal. No. And again the Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says the grief is still irrational. Why? Because under assumption of morality, what is born here in this world is going to die, and what dies must be replaced by another birth. The cycle is natural and unavoidable, all of you know. So therefore grief has no logical basis. The mourning doesn't your mourning doesn't change that destiny. So sorrow only weakens our capacity to act according to dharma. So whatever sorrow Arjuna will do, if something is, he's going to kill his own teachers and all now because they were taking side of adharma. So killing them also, he's killing their bodies. And if you assume that the soul is also die, then what is the loss actually? Because there is nothing after that. Everything is finished. But that is not Krishna's philosophy. Because Arjuna's situation, Krishna is just giving some hypothetical statement for some time. That is very important. Then third argument is put forth, that consistency of Dvaitya philosophy we can see here. The soul is truly eternal. That's what Madhvacharya also want to prove here. The soul is consistently eternal. The Lord Krishna never teaches falsehood. He may use some false assumption to teach Arjuna, but that doesn't mean Krishna is falsely speaking here. So souls are eternally distinct, eternally distinct with God from matter and each other also. We all, people in Zoom call, we are all having our own existence actually. We are eternally distinguished, eternally distinct. And the fourth argument is the purpose of verse as per Madhvacharya is he addressed Arjuna as his current level of understanding. That was Arjuna's current level of understanding, which destroys sorrow from every possible world point of view. If you say eternal soul, there is no grief. If you say mortal soul, also there is no grief. Everything will destroy. Then why to having grief, So Arjuna has no escape route for lamentation by hearing this. So conclusion is that whether one holds a true or false view of the soul, the grief is born of ignorance and obstruct our righteous actions. That's what Madhvacharya says. Grief is, at any condition, grief should not be there. Whether soul eternally die or soul is eternal or soul die. So there is no possibility of grief there. So Madhvacharya interprets Gita 2.26 as a hypothetical argument, where Krishna momentarily adopts a mistaken view of soul's mortality solely to show that the grief is irrational under all assumptions without denying the soul's eternity. And that is Madhvacharya. And another Swami comes called Sridhar Swami. He says he is teaching through. He says Krishna is teaching through concession here. It is called as a Abhyupagama, or it is called Upapatti. That means this is only for argument's sake Krishna is speaking here, and this is not this is a strategy. It is not a doctrine. Strategy to remove Arjuna's grief. So atho cheta manyase. This word means view belongs to Arjuna only. It is not Krishna's view actually, or a Vedic view when Krishna says like that. So grief is arising due to attachment and ignorance and not because of the reality itself. So Arjuna is emotionally overwhelmed from some time, where the high metaphysics cannot work. When somebody is emotionally very overwhelmed by seeing his relative now he has to kill, so there were high philosophy or metaphysics or doctrine will not work if Krishna will speak. So first Krishna is removing the emotional resistance of Arjuna, and then he is preparing Arjuna for deeper truth. And if you can see the harmony further, the harmony is that with latter verses, Krishna spoke that soul is eternal, soul never dies in 2.20. And then Krishna speaking here the conditional argument given to Arjuna 2.26. If even soul die, here Krishna is speaking in this particular verse. But his 2.31 verse, when Arjuna's understanding become more deeper, so Krishna will talk about do your duty without attachment, and Krishna is emphasized on this more and more. So you should understand Krishna is teaching us as per our level of understanding, and that is the reciprocation of our eternal Father with all of us. Krishna is very mature Father. As per our understanding, Krishna is giving us deeper and deeper understanding of this philosophy. That is Krishna, because he is more more eager to take us back to Godhead than we are eager. So this removal of grief is not providing any doctrine here, So even if one accepts a mistaken view of reality, so grief still has no rational foundation. So in any condition, one should not be grief stricken. So that's what Krishna wants to remove, the grief of Arjuna. So for some time in this verse 2.26, Krishna spoke this, just to convince Arjuna and convince. In one sense, he's convincing soul is eternal only. But his argument's sake, he's giving this argument. So that was enough discussion today, and tomorrow we'll meet on 2.27. If you understand Bhagavad Gita in such a way, you can understand how, who is our Father and how mature our Father is, calling us back to Godhead, just by giving a simple solution. Chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Simple and sublime method to go back to Him. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. We will meet tomorrow. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhupada.